Section 1 is the Introduction section. Here we will give an introduction to confined space, review definitions and descriptions, and go over different types of confined spaces. 3 simple steps form the framework for a confined space safe work practice: recognition, evaluation, and control. To begin, we must recognize the conditions that create a confined space. Then we must evaluate the conditions and hazards, and third, we need to control the conditions and hazards of the space to create a safe workplace. These steps will be covered in more detail throughout this module. Confined space incidents often involve toxic or asphyxiating atmospheres, fires, or explosions. People die in confined spaces because they don't recognize a confined space when they see one and don't realize the space is dangerous. They think they can get in and out before the hazard affects them. They become complacent and forget that a hazard may develop after they have entered a space. The confined space becomes dangerous as a result of work that is done inside the space, or they try to rescue other people. It's human nature to help a person in trouble, but a would-be rescuer may die along with the victim they're trying to help. First of all, we need to determine if the space we are going to work in is a confined space. The attachment is a flowchart to assist managing work in confined spaces. Here is the first part of the flowchart that helps determine if the space you will be working in is a confined space. Ask the questions. Is the space fully or partially enclosed? Was the space designed or intended for continuous human occupancy? Are there restrictions on workspace entry or exit that can complicate provision of first aid, evacuation, rescue, or other emergency services? To see the full version of the chart, refer to the attachment. Confined spaces may have some of these characteristics: small openings that are difficult to move through or that are in a difficult location. The opening could be large, but may require the use of ladders or hoists, making escape more difficult in an emergency situation. They're not designed for workers to enter on a routine basis. The atmosphere inside the space is different from outside and often could be dangerous due to chemical or physical hazards within the space. Or perhaps the atmosphere is oxygen enriched, and therefore there is an increased chance of fire or explosion.